Hello friends, in this video we will see chapter 1 Abiotic components. In our part 1 we had studied about biotic components. In this video we will study about abiotic components. Abiotic components include physical conditions and non-living material that affect the growth, maintenance and reproduction of living components and can interact with each other. Water, air, light, temperature, soil, and rocks all are examples of non-living or abiotic components. These non-living components form the physical or abiotic environment in nature. So, abiotic components are non-living components. In example, water, air, light, temperature, soil, and rocks. First example of abiotic components is water. Water is essential for the survival and growth of all living organisms. It is needed and used for drinking, bathing, cooking, etc. All animals and plants cannot survive without water. It is used for irrigation of crops. Humans and other animals need water for different activities of their life. Try to think and list various activities for which we use the water. So water is very essential for our life. It is used for drinking, bathing, cooking, etc. So in water we will study about rainwater harvesting. Let's see rainwater harvesting. Rainwater harvesting is a way to collect rainwater when it rains. Rainwater can be stored above the ground or underground and then used later. This happens naturally in open rural areas. However, in congested metropolitan cities, we need to create a method to capture the rainwater. Rooftop rainwater harvesting is one of such methods. Here, water can be stored at the rooftops. Rainwater can be collected at the rooftops, terrace of houses. Through pipes, this water can be transferred to tanks, pits, or small wells. Since the water is very likely to get impure, it should be used for household purposes only after filtration and purification. So rainwater is way to collect rainwater when it rains. It can be used for various activities of our household. It can be used for our household purposes, many other activities. So let's see other lines. Rainwater harvesting can supplement the requirement of water in cities and raise the subsoil water level. This can help in maintaining and increasing greenery in urban areas. If rainwater is not collected, it flows down to the rivers situated far away through the drains and is thus not available for immediate use. The rainwater that falls on road or concrete areas goes to the drains. The rainwater that falls on the untreated ground seeps into the ground, recharging the groundwater. Innovative water collection methods need to be used in different areas to collect and use rainwater. So our next example of abiotic components is air. So let's see the air. We know that all living organisms need air for their survival. Air is a mixture of several gases. Oxygen, nitrogen, and carbon dioxide are the important gases present in air. Plants and animals use oxygen for respiration. Plants consume carbon dioxide for photosynthesis and release oxygen back into the atmosphere. Besides oxygen, nitrogen, and carbon dioxide, small amounts of other gases, very many bacteria and viruses, and dust are also present in air. Clean air is essential for our health as it provides the oxygen that is necessary to sustain life. Our next example is light. Natural light is provided to us by the sun during the day and by the moon during the night. The moon, as you know, only reflects the sunlight. Hence, the sun is the ultimate source of natural light. This natural light is used by the plants to grow and to prepare their food. Life is on the earth is dependent on sunlight. Plants use sunlight and prepare their own food by photosynthesis. Light penetrates into the forest as well as into the water bodies. Aquatic plants use sunlight for photosynthesis just like the other plants. However, the amount of light reaching these plants decreases with an increase in the depth of water. That is why very few plants are able to survive in deep waters. Plants and animals respond to light in different ways. Have you ever seen a plant called morning glory? It is also called epomia. Its flower bloom out at sunrise morning and close down after sunset. Similarly, in some plants, the leaves open during the day and close during the night. The sunflower always faces the sun in the morning. It faces the east. In the evening, it turns towards the west. So the morning glory epomia, it blooms in and sunrise and close down after sunset. Also the flower sunflower, it also faces the east in the morning and towards west in the evening. So our next example is temperature. So let's see it. The temperature at a place is indicative of the degree of hotness or coldness of that place. It can be measured by a device called the thermometer. The degree of hotness varies from the place to place. Temperature affects the activities of living organisms. It is an important factor that determines the distribution of plants and animals on Earth. Each organism has its own tolerance range for temperature. Most plants and animals grow in warm places, but some need a cold climate. Cows and can tolerate the hot weather better than buffaloes. We can see buffaloes cooling themselves in ponds during summer. This is because buffaloes are black in color and do not have efficient sweat glands. Hence, they feel the heat more and need to cool themselves by remaining in water. Temperature is measured by a device called thermometer. It uh, it indicates the degree of hotness or coldness. Buffaloes cannot tolerate the heat during the summer because they do not have the efficient sweat glands. Cow can tolerate them. So let's see the other lines of the temperature. On the other hand, camels can tolerate even the extreme heat of deserts. They have no sweat glands. This helps in reducing the loss of water from their body. They can live without water for many days. Polar bears and penguins are found only in cold regions. Tigers and elephants are found in warm regions. So camels live in deserts in extreme hot and they are called the sheep of the deserts. And polar bears and penguins found in cold regions, but the tigers and elephants are found in warm regions. You can see the pictures in the screen. Tiger and elephant in warm region animals and polar bear and penguins are cold region animals. So our next example is Soil. So let's see the soil. Soil is another important abiotic factor of our environment. Most of the plants cannot grow without soil. Soil provides water and minerals to the plants which are important for their growth. It also provides a home to organisms that live in the soil. So, our next topic is interaction in the environment. Plants and animals are interdependent in their food relationships. There are animals that feed on plants. Many of such animals are eaten by other animals, in which turn they are eaten by some other animals. There is thus a food chain in nature. For example, grass producer, they are eaten by deer, primary consumer, and they are eaten by lion, secondary consumer. So the food chain is that animals are eaten by other animals, and in which turn they are eaten by some other animals. You can see the example in your screen. So our in interaction in the environment, our next example is the mineral cycle. Let's see the mineral cycle. Mineral cycle. There is a relationship between the biotic and abiotic components of our environment. The abiotic substances supply nutrients to the producers. The producers prepare food for the consumers. Both producers and consumers after their death are broken down into simpler substances by decomposers. The nutrients return thus to soil, air, and water. These nutrients are again used by their producers. The whole cycle is thus repeated continuously. This cycling of materials through biotic abiotic components is the mineral cycle. So the cycling of materials through biotic and abiotic components is called mineral cycle. You can also see interrelationships among different components of the environment in the screen. Let's see the next page. All living organisms respire all the time during the process of respiration. Both plants and animals take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide also gets added to the atmosphere when burning of wood, coal, and petrol takes place. This increases the level of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Plants use up carbon dioxide and give out oxygen during the process of photosynthesis, which they perform along the respiration during daytime in the presence of light. Thus, a balance is maintained between the amount of oxygen and carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Nature tries to maintain a balance between carbon dioxide and oxygen. You can see in the image. Hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching.